I told myself that I was not going to continue to give this girl attention. But when I saw a tweet and some footage of her live, I was like, yo, no. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, so beautiful, so lovely. People, I'd like to welcome to you.
So all praises to God that Shadasia Green came out of that fight talking. She's doing well. I didn't do any further research on, like, if there was any disclosure of what occurred, because I've heard so many different versions of what happened. My intention for that evening was to watch the fight, but my elderly mind, I forgot. I forgot, and I haven't gone back to watch clips of the fight. But I heard that she was carried out on a stretcher, and she wasn't doing well, or it appeared like she wasn't doing well during the fight. So all praise to God that she's doing well, and we wish her a speedy recovery. Now, I was minding my business cooking, and I got a notification from Twitter, from X, that Clarissa Shields had posted something. Now, granted, I don't follow this lady up there, right? But nonetheless, I got a notification. So when I read this, right? When I read this, I was like, what's going on? So the tweet that caught my attention was the eye emoji. And this who y'all said was gonna beat me? F out of here. Lonnie just TKO'd Shadasia Green. Now, when I read that, I was like, well, damn. Like, what happened? And I was upset. I was upset at the fact, like, damn, we were counting on this one. We were counting on her to take out Clarissa, right? For them to fight, right? That was the whole plan. We wanted, most of us was rooting for that girl to beat Clarissa in the future. So then I was going through YouTube or whatever. I was busy going through YouTube to see what I could find to why she even tweeted this. And then I started seeing clips of the live. When I tell you, I was so disgusted by this lady's behavior that I'm like, yo, how could we, as the people, right? Because in order for her to be successful, us, the fans, the consumers, are the ones who can kind of, like, apply a little bit of pressure. But we can get into what my thought process is a little later. But my thing is, when did it become normal to have poor sportsmanship and to laugh at a person when they are injured, to degrade them while they are injured, and that be okay? But what was crazy to me, and what kind of stood out to me, was that she was claiming that Layla Ali was doing this to her.
I really did not want to have to respond to this video because I am not into tearing another black woman down. This is just another example of the older hating on the youth.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
This is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she says that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond. So we all know that Ronda Rousey was on top of her game. Once Ronda Rousey lost, Layla Ali went on a celebratory tour laughing and celebrating the fact that Ronda Rousey had lost her first and only fight. I don't know if you guys know, but up in boxing, it takes a lot to get inside the ring. It takes a lot to prepare for a fight. And we all have a camaraderie where we don't laugh at each other when we fail, someone loses a fight. We don't kick each other when we're down. We have a good sportsmanship, and if there is any competitive spirit, it's not in a disrespectful way. The way that Layla Ali celebrated Ronda Rousey's loss was disgraceful, and it showed that she has no integrity and that she doesn't even understand how serious the sport of combat sports is.
My issue with Clarissa Shields is, I'm going to have so many little ones, right? But the biggest one is that she is a hypocrite. She will sit here and tell you all day long of something that's done to her directly. She will tell you all day long that This is not right. No one should be doing this. Oh, I would never do. And then when the roles reverse somehow, she's the main one doing the things that she claims are not right. This professional boxer didn't take a moment to congratulate anybody. At least I didn't see anything, right? Maybe she had a moment where she probably said something about Lonnie. I can't remember her last name. May have said something, but it was like an underhanded kind of compliment, like said that she was heavy-handed. They recognized that, her punches do have some weight, but I don't think it was a proper, congratulations. No congratulations to Alicia Baumgardner. It was immediate, like, oh, y'all are whack, y'all are this, no one's better than me, no one can do whatever. She was just doing things that she says that she doesn't like, that, Layla Ali was doing. And it was this whole demeanor she had, like you could see it in her eyes. The jealousy and all the attention are going towards these ladies, whether or not someone lost or someone won, and just the positive energy that was going towards these ladies who were winning, who were getting recognition. She could not stomach it. And it was obvious, because what are you doing while they're at an arena putting in work? You're at home trying to open up a bottle of wine, and you claim that you don't even drink. Well, you don't drink like that, but like I said, this girl is a hypocrite. She's inconsistent, and she is not a truth teller. You are quick. Clarissa is quick to call someone a hater. Oh, they're just a hater. They're this, they're that. But you were the main one, my dear, on Friday or early morning Saturday, whenever the fight had took place. You were just showcasing your hatred for these ladies. I don't understand how this is okay in your little peasy mind. Like, how is this okay for you to have poor sportsmanship and not congratulate a person? I don't understand how this exhibits greatness when you really can't lift someone up. It's all about you. You took their moment to make it about you. Who's holding you accountable? And it's not your boyfriend. It's not his kid that you're claiming as a stepchild. No one's holding you accountable and saying, "Hey, you were wrong." But what I will say though, you're not the type of person who will stand on business. You do all of this, right? But why did you take the live down? Who told you to do that? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't on your own. You didn't have enough conscience to be like, you know what, this is not right. Let me go ahead and say this out. Someone told you to take that down. Who? I'm just a person who likes to watch boxing. I couldn't tell you all the technicalities and all the weight classes and all of that. I'm not in that deep. If if you are so great, who are you fighting next? Who is in your weight class in this moment that you can fight, right? That you don't have to go across the water. You don't have to go to the UK to try to find somebody. And if you had competition in your weight class, madam, right? Why are you bumping down in weight? There's nobody. There's no one left for you to fight. But this is my thing. I feel like at this point, right, because she is who she is, and the only way to humble her is to hit her in her pockets, right? No one say they want to fight her, right? No one say I want to fight Claressa Shields next. Let her be. Let her rest. Force her into retirement. She's not a pleasure to watch. Her personality is horrible. Now, I only seen this lady fight one time. And was I impressed? To a degree. Like, I felt like she was good, right? Can't take that away from her. But it's her sportsmanship that drives me absolutely insane. That boasting and bragging, it does something to my spirit. Do I understand that boxers talk trash? I get it. Me personally, I'm not a fan of all of that. I don't think it's cute. I don't feel like that makes you a better fighter by talking trash. I know you got to big yourself up, right? But it's something about it that drives me absolutely insane. My thing is this, that you don't understand. Watching her clips, I was so bothered by that. Mind you, this lady's not talking about me, but it's just how she just degraded these other boxers and their talents and their gifts and their accomplishments and made herself the center of attention just didn't sit well with me. But then when I was watching the live, it dawned on me, hold on. There was one person that took her down, right? She was an MMA fighter for a brief moment. And I was like, hold on, I need to watch this fight. And I did. And I did.
Unfortunately, in 2 of the rounds, they spent a lot of time right here with one athlete on top of the
The fact that this lady feels like no one can beat her, no one can challenge her, no one can do nothing when it comes down to her. There was a person who wouldn't let you up, who had you pinned for a good minute. Gloves came off, different ball game, right? You were undisputed at that time. But Abigail Montez gave you the business, right? Now, that proves, madam, that you are not like this great person. That young lady can go around saying, I whipped Clarissa's behind. And when you lost, you, in your mind, you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't take a loss. So let me back out. You're a quitter because you didn't want that loss. You didn't want to keep losing because you know it's more to just punching. Keep in mind, watch your mouth because not everybody walks around with gloves. Just saying. Because when I saw that fight, I was like, oh, and you can see the defeat in your face. You can see that you were crushed because you thought that you had the. Now, mind you, you were swinging them arms, didn't land too much of nowhere, but you tried. You tried. But just remember, you are not unstoppable. And to not sit here and check up on your peers when they really injured themselves, didn't take a moment to, like, you know what, you know, I wish you well before you started talking your trash. You could have started that whole live with, I wish Shadasia Green well. My prayers are going out to her. You said that later on in your live, but you should have started there. There was no visibility of concern even when you did say it. There's a difference between being confident and truly tearing people down. And my question to you, Clarissa, is what do you get out of it, right? It's one thing to be the best, but being an arrogant individual is something else. What is in your spirit that tells you like acting like this is attractive? Not attractive as far as getting things attention, as far as your looks, but how is this appealing to your fan base? How is this appealing to brands? Each and every day, people are liking you less and less and less. And how so now I'm starting to think that you're aware, that people are not liking you. And instead of being confident, right? Instead of feeling like you are the GWOAT or whatever, you're coming off very bitter. Because I don't understand, when did it become a thing to be great and be a hater at the same time? I thought that when you are great, right? Not only does it come from within, people could literally spot your greatness. You walk in the room, you come in with some grace and some class. When I tell you that post was so classless. And you know what? And it's also true. I think there was a comment on one of my videos I had did recently. It was like, okay, she's not going to hear you. She's not going to see this. And I get all that. What I'm hoping is that maybe a fan would listen to what I'm saying. She can be great at what she does, but acting like that, not having any empathy, any sympathy for a fellow boxer, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's just it's just cruel and bitter and classless. Why? And it's poor sportsmanship. You bashed these women. Shadasia got carried out in a stretcher, and this was your opportunity to shine, baby, and you took it. But like I said, the only way to silence this noise is to stop engaging with you. to stop giving you more fuel, right? Because you don't care. You don't care. You don't care about your fellow boxers. You don't care about your fans. You don't care about the people who just found you. You don't care about what you are projecting out there. You're rich. You're dealing with a married man. You're living the dream. But you said that all you live and breathe boxing. But how are you going to manage to do this if nobody ever wants to deal with you? If no one ever wants to be in the ring with you? No one cares about defeating you. They just rather not come into contact with you. How are you going to make this work? You're going to keep spending money to go look for fighters in other countries because you damn sure can't get them to fight you here? You're going to keep dragging people to Detroit to fight you because you're incapable of going to a neutral ground to have a fight and deal with a neutral crowd. That's GWOAT behavior. And at the end of the day, Clarissa, this moment wasn't about you. This was about the fighter who won and the fighter who had a bad moment, who was sick, and you made it about yourself. What you could have done was provide support to Shadasia. Y'all don't have to be buddy buddies. You said you like her, right? If you liked her like that, you would have definitely made a call to whoever could get in contact with her and would have been like, Shadasia, I know you can't talk right now, whoever. Just know I'm praying for you, know I'm rooting for you. Great fight tonight. Let me know if you need anything. I don't know how difficult it is to be that way as a human. Can you put the phone up to her ear? Or can you just let her know I called and I am praying for her and I'm wishing her a speedy recovery? And in the event that she needs anything, let her know I'll be there. Simple as that. You don't even have to like the girl. But if you claim that you love the Lord, you could have done that. And then if you wanted to talk your trash later, when she's well, when she can talk trash back, you could have said whatever you needed to say to kind of poke the bear, whatever, to get whatever fight you want from her later on to happen if she's able to. But you didn't take that route. You didn't take that route because you're immature. You just wanted to get out there and insult. But oh no, Layla Ali is a big bad wolf. She's a hater. Goodbye. Shout out to Shadasia Green. I'm so happy that she is talking. She's alert and oriented. I don't know the status of her recovery and whether or not she's going to be able to fight again. From what everybody's saying, she had a moment. It looked like she was having that moment in the ring, and it just kind of went left. Not taken away from the winner, but whatever she had going on could affect how she fought that night. But nonetheless, prayers are going out to her for a speedy recovery, and congratulations to Alicia Baumgardner. You did your thing the other night, so big ups to you. Wishing you nothing but the best. Please let me know down in the comment section whether or not you saw the live, and let me know what your thoughts were on it, whether or not you felt that Clarissa was in the right or she was in the wrong on how she conducted herself. And if you are interested in being a part of a family that likes to have real conversation, but with respect, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Please leave a comment, share, and again, subscribe. And that is enough spit talking for today. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to